So welcome to the video, ladies and gentlemen. I am meadsyreplays and today is a sad day. It is an extremely sad day. Well, not today, probably like last week or 8.3, because we will see an end to the Tech Tree premium tanks. Yes, so this tank right here, like the Lerva, one of the best credit coefficient tanks in the game, will be no more. You will not be able to purchase this tank whenever you like. Now, Wargaming are not removing these tanks completely from the game. They are just removing them from the Tech Tree. So where you go into the Tech Tree and there is a load of premium tanks where you're able to buy whenever you want, that's going to be no more. In fact, there are going to be a certain few tanks that are going to remain. Them tanks, I'm quite like, what, why? So they are removing all the tanks. I'm not going to go through all the tanks. It's actually easier to go through the tanks that are still going to remain. One of those is the Dicker Max, the tier 6 German tank destroyer. That will remain. The T-23E3, the USA medium tank, it's like a Comet, and the IS-6. Now, the IS-6, okay, I can understand that remaining, because that has been and probably will be one of the most popular premium tanks to buy that was in the Tech Tree. And in fact, I'll probably go as far as saying that is probably the most sold tank in the game. I could be wrong, but I'm going for the IS-6 to be the most sold tank in the entire game over the sort of 7.5 years that Wargaming have or Blitz has been there. The T-23E3, I mean, it's okay. It's nothing special. I can't see why that tank is so popular. And also the Dicker Max. I don't see why that tank is so popular as well. Okay, it's a fun tank to play, but being popular to remain over some other tanks is quite, yeah, it's kind of strange in my opinion. I have no idea why Wargaming are doing this. I have no idea. They say that they're not sold, etc, etc, but okay, why remove them all? I mean, now people that are joining the game, they get to know the game, they get to learn the game, they want to start buying some premium tanks, and they've got no choice other than the 3 tanks that are remaining. They have no choice but to buy the tanks that are being sold, and that is actually what Wargaming say. They don't need to sell them now because there's always tanks in the store. Yeah, but what if I want to buy these? And now I'm going to have to wait for them to come back in the store. And without a doubt, Wargaming will bring these back. And I'm sure they'll bring them back quite regularly. Maybe they'll bring them back in events. Or they'll just outright sell them every so often, every few months. Or maybe every month there'll be a tank that used to be in the Tech Tree. And like I said, I think this is kind of weird, because there are some really good tanks in the Tech Tree that you're not going to be able to get anymore. The Lerva is one of them. It's a great tank, great for earning credits. The T-34, absolutely great tank. The Jag 8.8, now that's been buffed, again, absolutely great tank. And Wargaming are just like, yeah, no, you're not going to buy them anymore. Another thing on that list, which I'm extremely upset about, is there will be no more TOG. Like, no more TOG? Really, Wargaming? Why remove the TOG? Keep the TOG. Why not keep the TOG? I really don't understand why some of these tanks are being removed. Some, okay, I can understand. The FCM, for instance. Okay, I can understand that. People don't buy it. But they're only going to sell them again. But the TOG should remain. The TOG should have remained. Now, what I would have loved to have seen is a complete wipeout. Like, remove every Tech Tree tank in the game. If they're going to do that, remove all the Tech Tree premium tanks and replace them with new ones, because we have had the same premium tanks there for the whole time that I've been playing the game, at least. Yeah, they've added like the M6, they've added that, and the T-23E3 I think they added, and the FCM they added, and probably a few more. But if they're going to do that, if they're going to remove them, I would have liked to have just seen a completely different setup of tanks. Like, I'm not expecting OP tanks, for instance. Like maybe the Type 62. add that in the tech tree, because they sell that all the time anyway for cheap. Add that in the tech tree. Maybe something like the turtle. Add that into the tech tree, because it's not an OP tank, it's kind of average. The TS5 and tanks like that, I would have liked to have seen Wargaming change it up a little bit rather than remove them completely. Now, I do have one good news. I do have one good news about all these tanks that are being removed. Now, as some of you know, I do a monthly giveaway for these tanks. Sometimes it could go on to sort of 2 months and give away 2 tanks. Otherwise, I can do, as a CC, as a community contributor, I get to give away 1 tier 8 tank every single month. Now, the good news is nothing is changing for us CCs, so we can still give away these tanks. So all the tanks that you are seeing in the tech tree at the moment before update point from 8.3, after 8.3, we can still give away these same tanks. So when 8.3 drops, I'm still able to give away a T-34 or a Lerva or any tanks like that used to be in the tech tree. So that's kind of some good news, and maybe going forward over the next sort of few months with newer players coming in, maybe I'd say maybe in the next year or so, maybe even 6 months, these giveaways may be even popular, because it might be the only way, the only opportunity, right, other than them selling them once every so often. This will be maybe one of the only opportunities you get to get these tanks if you haven't already got them, and you can't afford to buy them right now, etc. So if you do have some gold, sitting in your account, guys, there are a couple of tanks there that I would really recommend you buy before they remove them the next update. Yes, when the next update hits, these tanks will be removed. The Lerva is one of them, TOG one of them, T-34 is another one, and maybe tanks like even the AT-15A. Now, that DPM is absolutely crazy, so even that might be a good addition. But, you know, it is a shame. I don't understand why Wargaming are removing them. Again, they say they're not really selling because there's always tanks in the shop. But yeah, Jag Tiger 8.8 as well. That's another one that is actually a really good tank. So if you do have the gold, go and purchase as many as you can, because it might just be the last opportunity that you're going to get to be able to buy these tanks, other than once in a while, other than giveaways. I mean, there are a few CCs, we all get giveaways, but yeah, it is a shame. Again, I don't understand Wargaming's logic in removing them, but it is what it is. That is it. 8.3 will be an end of an era. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Stay tuned for giveaways with these tanks, and I'll see you all soon. Bye bye. With